Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. Today I'm going to be discussing a video store that existed in the DC area and actually expanded to other parts of the country. It was at one time the biggest video company. It was called Erols Video. I remember the red and yellow signs for Erols, and a friend of mine was actually a manager for them for a while. Little background information on Erols off of Wikipedia. Erols Incorporated was a video rental and electronic sales and repair company founded in the early 1980s. It was sold to Blockbuster Video for $40 million. Its success was widespread enough to spawn imitations in Bolivia. There are several video rental stores called Erols with 2 R's, using the same font and red text on a yellow background for their logo. So I guess they've been copying that idea over there. Using the money from the sale of the video company, Erol would then expand his TV repair company and began selling and repairing computers. Soon afterwards, created an ISP bearing his name in the mid-1990s called Erols Internet. The ISP was based in Northern Virginia at the longtime Erols headquarters in Springfield, Virginia, and was the DC area's main competitor to AOL and smaller ISPs such as ClarkNet and CAIS. While owned by Erol Honoran, the business was run by his son, Orhan Honoran. Services provided by Erols Internet were basic dial-up access with email accounts and web space. Initially, Unix shell accounts were also provided. Unlike AOL's, Erols did not provide subscriber content, though limited attempts at this were made in later years. Erols' popularity was due to its locally based customer support, as well as cheaper prices. At one point, a 5-year contract for dial-up access could be purchased for just over $300, bringing the monthly cost well above $19.95, which was the average price for all their other competitors. Late 1990s, Erols sought to become a publicly traded corporation and began the process toward an IPO. Instead, the internet portion of the company was sold to RCN. It was rebranded Erols Internet. Slowly, over time, the Erols brand was reduced in favor of the Star Power and later RCN brand, although the domain name still resolves to RCN servers. The Honoran family retained a small store in a nearby Ravensworth shopping center that's in Springfield, Virginia, under the name Erols Computer. It sold computer parts and repaired computers and video equipment. It later expanded to include a modest selection of DVD rentals. It was located where one of their old video rental stores used to be. It was taken over by Blockbuster Video, which was then converted back into an Erols store. Later, the store moved down the street near its old ISP headquarters to a converted storage unit in Springfield, Virginia, where it operated an Erols TV VCR computer service. Around 2007, the store had reportedly gone out of business. Hasn't been confirmed, with no more Erols presence, other than a few remaining Erols email accounts currently supported by RCN, known the area after 20 years. And here's a picture of an Erols video store. It had been turned into a Blockbuster, and then they were after Blockbuster closed down, they were taking down the Blockbuster sign, and the Erols Video appeared. And also, I got another picture here of the Erols, an Erols coffee mug that shows you the Erols logo, the red and yellow. And little note too from his grandson about the history of Erols Video. Let me get my paperwork together here, and I'll read what was written. Looking for page 2. My grandfather, Erol Honoran, moved to DC from Turkey in the early 1960s and opened an electronics sales and service place called Erols TV. The business did well, but didn't take off until it began renting videotapes around 1980. Erols Video grew from a handful of local locations into a large chain, eventually reaching over 250 stores and stretching from Raleigh to New York and expanding west into cities like Cleveland and Indianapolis. But by the late 1980s, the industry had changed, and a family-run business was unable to compete with the big public chains, facing mounting losses and dwindling market share. We sold the company to Blockbuster in the early 90s. I remember Blockbuster actually being in Chicago. That's my friend was managing Erols out in this area. He actually made the move to Chicago and still over there. And I remember it being there in I think it started out, it moved to Chicago in the mid-1980s. A few years later, my father, Orhan Onaran, purchased the old TV shop back from Blockbuster and began selling and fixing PCs in addition to TVs. But that didn't really go anywhere until we began bundling unlimited dial-up internet access with the PCs we sold. At the time, internet access was sold by the hour, so the unlimited access business model was a huge hit. Erols Internet began to grow very rapidly during the .com boom, signing up hundreds of thousands of subscribers on the East Coast by the mid-1990s. But like so many businesses back then, the company never actually made much money. Rather than go public to raise capital, we sold the internet business outright to RCN, who rebranded the internet service as Star Power in a local market. My grandfather passed away in 2005, and we finally closed our last repair shop shortly thereafter. We were very proud of our nearly 40-year run in D.C. We're glad that people remember the business fondly, thanks to the trip down memory lane. Yes, I do remember going to Erols video, and I actually probably have a couple of them that I bought when they were selling the videos, and another fond memory. And as always, thanks for watching.